Hi guys, so here we go, video 3 of the lockdown series. Now, today's video is about the feelings for the top of the backswing and transition, the most crucial part of the swing to get the club in the right position to hit the ball. Now, let's follow on from where we left off last time, guys. So, at video 2 in the series, we finished off, if you remember, guys, with the position of the hinge. We want a feeling of the shaft going through roughly through the right shoulder and set in position. So from this position, guys, what you want to try and feel from here, as the club now is orbiting and swinging in a diagonal way around your body here, what I want you to feel now is this is the bit where the stretch phase of the swing comes in. This is the stretch phase. You want to think of the backswing as the stretch before then we go into the downswing. So you're gonna feel a stretch. Every body is different. Every part of your body is gonna be different than the next guy, but you're gonna feel something. So what I'm gonna explain here is from this position here, where we're in the set position. From here, I want you to feel your body continuing to turn and your arms separating away from your body. So that's going to feel like your arms are going away from your body. I want you to push them away. That's what we mean by creating width in the backswing. Okay? So what I don't like my players to be doing is when they get to this position here, is that they're keeping the right elbow tucked in. That might be a good feeling in the downswing, but not in the upswing. We need to get some width, some height. So once you're into the set position here, guys, what I want you to do is feel the upper body turning more. Do it from this angle so you'll see it a little bit better. Once we set it, we continue going around the body on that angle, and you feel your chest continuing to turn. You'll feel resistance in the lower body, as I said. You're gonna feel that flexibility kicking in here. That's why it's really important to work, especially as you get a little bit older, on your flexibility, on your stretching. So keep doing that. But you're gonna feel it from here, guys. From here, the upper body rotating, staying in that posture. Remember this athletic posture that you started with, you maintain that posture all the way to the backswing. Don't like to see people coming out of posture, because then we're changing height and serious problems are going to happen there with your consistency. Maintain that athletic posture and then stretch. So once you're here, continue to turn and your arms stretch behind you and high. You want to get those hands high above this shoulder. Your general feeling is when you're going around is that you're going for height and width, and you want to get the hands behind your head and as high as you physically can. That's going to feel like a stretch. So it's the stretch to the top, okay? Keeping down, keeping those forces and turning. Now, from the top of the backswing, don't worry too much about where the shaft is pointing, because if you're on plane here and the wrists are hinging in the correct angle, diagonally, you should find the club, depending on how flexible you are, you're going to find the club pointing parallel to, towards the target, and it's at the top. But it doesn't matter about that. Just you try and make sure you turn as fully as you can as the arms from that set position reach the top of the backswing. Height and turn. We're in position. Now, transition. Now, transition, you're trying to get the feeling of the club here coming down on a similar line that it went up on. You still want this diagonal downswing. You still want to feel this club swinging on this plane. It's a feeling. If anything, you're going to feel the club actually going on a shallower plane. A lot of guys are working on this now on the tour. The feeling of the club shallowing as you're coming down. A lot of amateur golfers that slice the ball from the top of their backswing, they could be good here, but if they attack too early with the hands, with the arm, the club goes forwards and it comes down and left. We've got to keep the club behind the body, guys. Let the arms, so in transition, if we're thinking about the arms, I want you to feel the arms here dropping back towards the chest. So where you created width going up, I want you now to feel as you're coming down, the arms coming back to the chest. That's what's called getting them back connected. So we're going up on plane, and we now from this high position, feel the arms back to the chest and what I call that docking back on. Now that's the feeling of just the arms in isolation, but that doesn't happen on its own. You've got to also feel that your body is engaged and it's working. This is where the power comes from. So from the feeling of your body, and it's about combining these two things, the body feel and the arm and club as the club follows. So once you get to the top, guys, it's a feeling with the body of a shift. You want to push, almost feel yourself pushing into the ground, pushing down with your weight. So as you're turning in posture, push into that left side, push into that lead leg, push the weight across, get the weight moving across. That's the lower body and upper body. You want to really feel that change in pressure from the right side at the top to the left side going down. But it's not just a shift, it's a combination of a shift and a turn. It's both. It's not shift and turn. You're doing both. You're shifting, watch the hips and the chest, and turning. Now the sequence is from the top. It's really important that the hips and the legs lead the swing. This is where now the lower body now is the mobilizer and the upper body follows. So it looks like this. So once you get to the top of your backswing, I'll come towards you guys. Once you get to the top of your backswing, you're gonna feel that your hips, your weight shifting to the left, but you're also turning your hips. This is the motion from the lower body. Everything up here will follow, but you're always trying to be mindful that the club is always coming down and on this diagonal plane as you're coming into the hip height position on the downswing. So the transition move, once we've reached the top of the backswing, is a shift, a turn, and a pulling down of the club onto the same diagonal feeling here as you went up into the hip height position. In this position, you're going to feel, like I said, the arms are going to be more connected to your chest. Your elbow's going to feel a little bit closer to your right hip here, and that's the position you want to get into in transition. From side on, width to the top, shift and turn, shift and turn, shift and turn, shift and turn. And the body, the upper body, will just follow the shift and turn as the club drops down, coming back through that right shoulder, and you're going to feel the arms as the club gets parallel to the ground. You're going to feel the body still loaded. It's not on turn too early. Your body's still loaded, but the lower body is driving as this is still following into that position there. Okay, so the next video we're going to talk about from here, which I call delivery position, how it's going to look from here at impact, the feelings that you want to feel when you hit the ball and through to the finish. Okay guys, so that's video 3 of the simplifying series. That bit was a little bit more technical because we're all different, we're all going to feel different things, but I want you to basically feel that once you get it set, stretch to the top, high as you can, and then in the downswing, shift and turn, and let the upper body and the arms keep that club on that same plane into delivery position. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Stay safe and healthy. Darren Scholes, signing off.